Guy, Donnie, Miss Finnerman, and Mr. Chu. In view of Warburg application outside shoot. 3.63 year leap, 1 year, 3.56 month, 2 year, 3.4 earnings, traded straddles, EPS, iron condo, vertical cost spread, but spreads, gather mutual funds, hedge funds, pension plans, trade association, 3.3 monthly, 3.2 bi-weekly, 3.1 weekly, 3.0 daily, 2.9 hourly, 2.8 every 15 minutes, 2.7 flash trading, 2.6 regulatory compliance, 2.5 option binomial, RSI 250, Williams ratio, Connor Ducks, MACD to Maroon, justify Mochi Cloud to zigzag retracement, and Black-Scholes equation validates had a value. Stock charts, model efficiency, theoretical deposition, polynomial walks, and prime number efficiency standards, obtuse applications on model efficiency. Ahead of our, I'm trying to justify if I pass my notary acknowledgement of the record at Junior Analyst ID, National Notary Association, not individual. In view of this state, as the national notary, the liability has to be higher, and the errors omissions has to be higher. But what it would be instead of a trading, tasty trade or the Nigerian show, 2 to 3 a week, and say giving an actual return on earnings and give a recommendation to position area holds. Don't care about capital model, don't care about efficiency, don't care about the price point, 52,000 a year. Ask that Forest River Mel should build your own house and say, ask yourself a house built in Alameda, how you want to receive lifestyle management choices, day-to-day management, no fetal embryonic XX chromosome to maiden. That's wondered to day-to-day lifestyle management chain. As the lifestyle management change, the analytical application is wondered to Chicago title, Chuck Jakeway, Ron Williams, View the Promise. Warburg Pincus is wondered Count Luxembourg, Pennsylvania data recipes, and how it is wondered California Bank and Trust showed bond ETF's biggest issue we have presently, and the sale of a baseball team, as well as the view of the Raiders and Warriors. In view of estate modeling, during TEDx before the election, they valued Hydrocore International at $3.5 billion. That would have made me worth $875 to build to. The current valuation by Antonio Guerrero is at 105, puts the market cap at $8.5 billion. By Class C funding based on the IPO price at 105, that justifies full validity assessment at 3.4 to 4.2, based on A to C funding models at 67 to 72, no higher than $75, based on market expressionism. There are a UN solicitor order and a vote of confirmation at a time, a UN resolution order that wonders it at over $125 to $150. At that price point, that means that the corporation is valued at 9.7 to 11.2 billion. How that is wondered to Moderna, federal ID numbers aren't wondered, Executive Order 10638. And how it's wondered to the United States Census. You don't apply for Deputy FEMA Director, Deputy Interior Elaine Chu Deb Hedlund, in view of the state staffing analyst for the FEMA, and at the rank of GS9, and then the application to the United States Department of Interior and the Federal Emergency Management at a GS11. That was awarded in the United States Census to be the United States in view of COVID. how that is wondered to applications of rank, activation of a GS0, I believe it's GS0 482 instead of a DD214 is the government service quota for civilian active service requests and to be on deck. How that is wondered in the COVID policies of the issue, executive orders underwrote the ability to not be able to be the Deputy Department of Interior or the Deputy Director of FEMA in the new administration by executive orders of the previous administration. That is the issue with power of attorney against the state at large. In the view of model assessment, that is why we have moved acts of theater into placement. How the United States Marine Corps can understand this is the Dean of West Point doesn't salute. When that is wondered, totalitarian leadership means tectonic plate shift. How that is wondered of finances. I understand, Miss Finnerman, and the option expire. I'd like to move into Fund 4 and 5 TSO Capital Research. There is now an issue with how Kroger v. Albertson is seen based on a bond index. And I have an issue with the view of not being able to talk to Ames National Court, to Sprouts Team Arena, and the view of Joe LeCobe to the Bay Area Bombers, the City Pirates, and view of quantifiable expressionisms of hat. How this is seen as an indemnity to clause. I choose not to disclose what should be maybe 7 to the 8 publicly traded businesses that I indirectly manage, own, and operate, but I'm fighting the state in the view of model efficiency. Ms. Finnerman, concentrational holding. Next gen is the Anheuser's Elder Anderson with me as an advisor based on the understanding of the Roberts as a corporation. That's the uranium play in view of day-to-day management to the weapon designs to in view of clean energy. A more appropriate model efficiency is wondered. National Notary Association ID number is an analyst ID. I choose not to identify my net worth in view of fetal mating efficiencies compared to what I went through as a child. There's issues then with the state, how they see IPO price and bond proposal based on cost of living assessment, how mating with coefficients is wondered part of political ideology, and most of the family thinks I should be like Mr. Preston. How that is wondered, we don't say a word enough compared to hot toots, hey babe, ace, high class hoochie, excuse me. I'm supposed to say more than I should. Not wife material. That is the issue that all brief scan model polynomial walks see mental health and go to his super PAC. Guy Donnie, Miss Finnerman, Northrop Grumman, Pratt & Whitney, Bentler's, Lockheed Martin, Camco, and iHeart are all companies that I would have divisions. I have 3 more that are also modeled, but we do not get scripts. We do not talk about that in the view of asking Warburg Pincus to the Notary Association ID to be able to justify phone call earnings. There is issues to that view to Pfizer, Moderna, and Parago, as well as with the view to Grandma Alamo. She said if I could pass the exam, I might be able to sit on Williams and Sonoma's and Ron's as the ex-chairman's replacement. There's too much issues with how the CFO of Kellogg is wondered, the chief legal officer of Mylan Pharmaceutical being her other daughter, in view of the Pfizer as an antitrust wonderment. In view of the state, we do not understand this. The family is rehedging the state, and I have to openly admit my envy of model efficiency. I, the Baron of Essex, has to understand that Grandma Elmo, Grandpa Elmo, the rest of the Williamson Johnsons, and in view of the understanding, Kalamazoo Promise, Oakham Promise, moves against what is known as the House of Kent, based on banking resolutions. The House of Devonshire is blind trust. Tell the Bartlow Johnson Ames, and what is wondered to the last and final non-profit to professional fundraising is I Love You Inc., LUV, as a publicly traded company in view of a non-profit model. Karen Finnerman, I still prefer to use the email of Carrie Cohen as a broker-dealer, understood, and ask that Simon Begg, Gordon Ding, and Timothy Geithner be understood. Professional development and wonderment of a Fed governor, Secretary of Interior, Secretary of FEMA, and I, Zachary John, do understand the view to the Secretary of North Korea in my lifetime. I also understand that my penis makes the King of England with the correct woman. And in view of the red box, I might be what we won't identify.